Good morning and welcome to the fifth quarter. My name is Danny Neal and I will be your host for this show. And of course, riding with me is my co-host, my partner, my friend, the guy known in Northern Arizona simply as Coach, Mr. Tyrone Johnson. Good morning, Coach. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, highly favored. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. I'm feeling good, and just happy to be here doing this again, man. Excited about today's show. We got a young man who I've known for a long time, Mr. Tommy Hernandez, coming on a little later, and they'll talk about some big things that he's doing. And so, hey, Tommy. And so, but we just want to kick it off. Um, just talking a little about something about the show, about us, and what we hope to get out of it. So, most of all, this is just going to be a sports talk show. Um, Talking about all sorts of sports. People around here know us as the basketball guys, but
Right.
we're a little bit more well-rounded than that. We know a little bit more, I think. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things. We're also going to have a young lady who's been with us and for a while named Mr. Crystal Warren Gant. Excuse me for looking, but I want to get it right. She's going to be showing some self-help and mental health issues and things like that. I know I messed that up a little bit, but
Yes, yes,
you
you
guys,
did.
you
You
guys know
did.
me. Y'all know me, so we'll get it right before Crystal come on, man. But first of all, I just want to talk about, man, how we're both Blacksdale, born and raised,
Mhm.
as Tommy, who'll be on later, and it's just amazing to get here where we're at right now, knowing that we both grew up in the Brandon Holmes area, both graduated from Flag High. I graduated a little bit before you did. Um, and I just had the opportunity to watch you grow from literally a little bitty kid to the grown man that you are. Had the opportunity to watch you through your high school, actually through your youth basketball league, high school, college. A lot of people don't know, man, that you went on and played some summer pro ball. And I want to make sure I get this right. But you either on Kobe Bryant's team as a rookie or you played against Kobe as a rookie. Can you explain that for me so I can get it right?
So I played in the league with Kobe. I didn't play on this team, and then my team didn't actually play Kobe's team. But I played in the league. It would be the equivalent of what happens in Vegas today. So the team that I played on the Reebok team, which was a free agent team, and so the team that I played on, we had to go, we had to try out, and then if we made it to that level, then we got to actually play in the league with the NBA players, and so that's what it was. And I was with that class of 96, probably one of the best classes that ever came through. When you talk about Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, Steve Nash, just to name a few of the ones that are Hall of Famers that came through in that class. So that was, obviously something special when you walking up the court and, I'm looking over and Steve Nash about right here, and I'm looking like, and then and then years later, he's a two-time MVP of the league, and so
Right, right,
yeah.
right. Well, we're not going to stay on this too long, but I want you to tell the story, man, because I know a lot about you. I know everything about you almost. Tell the story about when you were sitting next to Kobe and everybody wanted Kobe's autograph, then they wanted your autograph, man, and you didn't want to get an autograph. I'm so ashamed.
You're a fool. So with that, when Kobe first came into the league, like the first day he came to the arena, even the pros was like, "Oh, there go Kobe, there go Kobe." So Kobe sitting up there, he coming to the arena, he giving everybody dap and love and all that good stuff. And then we had a player section to where we're in the pyramid at Long Beach, and then behind, say, the North Basket were the seats, and that was just a player section. And so Kobe came in, and then him and Dale Harris was the coach at the time, and they came and they set up right behind me. And so they set up there, and then at halftime of the game that we were watching, Kobe came down. I'm sitting here, there's the aisle, and then Kobe sitting right here to my left. And then he has a line of just kids and fans that's going all the way up the stadium. And then they come through, and he signed the autographs, giving it to them. And then they just coming down the line, and they asked me for my autograph. And I'm like, man, I ain't made it yet. You know what I mean? And one of the kids, because I had just played before, he was like, "You were number such and such." And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." He was like, "Well, will you sign it?" I went to signing just like I was one of them, and so that's the sum of the story,
Well,
Coach.
that's all right. Hey, man. Hey, ain't many of us had the opportunity to do that, man.
Hey,
That,
somewhere out there, Kobe got a signature, and then there's a Tyrone Johnson.
well, hey, man. Well, I feel blessed. I feel blessed. I have your signature also. It's on that write-up you gave me a few years ago. But
If you wouldn't be violating articles, you wouldn't have to get a write-up.
Hey, man. Uh, First of all, that wasn't my fault. We'll talk about that a little later. But anyway, so a lot of people don't know that about you. They know you're a player and things like that. But once again, I've been blessed to be able to watch you come up. We've started working in recreation together. When our good friend Joe Joyce passed away, you took over for Joe. Did a great job at Cogdale. We've been working together. When the opportunity, when the Flag High Eagles girls basketball job came open, I was approached by someone about, hey, why don't you apply? My first thought was, hey, not me, but Coach Johnson. Apply for Coach Johnson. 16 years later, you're still here doing it big, man. Just played for a state championship game. And it's amazing what you've done in that 16 years, knowing that when I went to that meeting to say, hey, what about hiring Coach Johnson? I'll also let them know he's got a daughter named Illy coming up. So I think that's why you got the job. Yeah, I told you that. I think they wanted to make sure Illy came to Flag High. So they hired you and you became a diamond in the rough. And you just to put Flagstaff on the map nationally, Flag High on the map nationally. So
There
that's
you
good
go.
stuff.
I appreciate that. And yeah, you had me all hyped up, you know what I mean? That I was coming up and I was gonna get a high school job, and then you're gonna burst my bubble talking about, they only hire you because Illy coming up.
Hey man, that's just the way we do. But
Hey,
anyway,
Coach,
man.
real quick though, man, I
Yo,
wanna point out something.
what's up,
I
man?
appreciate you getting ready and grooming yourself for the show. I appreciate your look because check it out. This is what you looked like last week, man. Look at this shirt. Look how that neck and stuff hanging. You got up just like we ain't got no type of show, and I don't appreciate it. And I know you're gonna say, "What about me?" Yeah, my head was all
Man, look at that. Look at your big head, man. The whole screen.
Look, I appreciate you looking like we doing something. So thank you for that this morning.
Yeah, man. You see, I'm on the gallery screen this morning because your head took the whole screen last time. So I had to break it up, right? So
yes,
but I did groom up a little bit, man. It's a little cold down here in this room, so I had to put on a little coat. And Aaron actually came over, gave me a hook, my little electronic stuff up for me. Aaron, who's our producer, director, if you will. But that sounds really good, like we big time, huh? But so he did some stuff just to make everything look a little better and make me look a little better. So I appreciate you noticing that. I went and shaved a little bit, cut my hair a little bit.
Yeah.
I went to looking from Grady on Sanford and Son to Denzel, man. So, but anyway, man, it's just been a blessing watching you come up. Our families have been tight, for forever,
Right.
graduated with your aunt. And just to be able to do this now, man, we're going to have fun. We're going to talk crazy. And we're going to do it, man. Everybody go get to see what we be laughing and talking about all the time. And we ain't holding nothing back. We in the living room talking. We're at the rec center talking right now.
That's it.
And we'll have the capabilities for people to join in, type, and man, we're gonna hit all kinds of sports and stuff. So let's move right on with stuff, man, because we got a very important guest today, young man that I'm gonna let you introduce. I'm not springing this on you because you were the first one to come up and say, hey man, Tommy doing some big things. We gotta have him. So take over, Coach.
Yep. So like Coach was saying, this is a guy that, I grew up with. We grew up on the south side over that way. We played baseball together. If I recall, I probably hit a couple home runs on him, but that's here nor there. You know what I mean? That's here nor there. But so, just definitely want to give him some props for what he's doing. Tommy's been on the scene for a long time in terms of coaching and helping out youth sports and everything. He started back in 1993, just helping out and doing softball and little league, and then he came up into the high school rankings back a few years ago, and then from there he came into the college rankings. And since he's been in the college rankings, he's coaching over at NAU. He's coaching the women's club team, and he's doing some good things. Right. And if people aren't on Facebook or anything like that, they may not know that he's probably the biggest thing, I guess the biggest secret, if you will, in Northern Arizona.
Tommy's not a secret.
Because his team is doing some big things. And so we just like to welcome to the show none other than Coach Tommy Hernandez. What's going on?
Oh, man, thank you guys so much for thinking about me and inviting me to the show. This is such an awesome opportunity to cut it up with you guys and have some fun and talk a little bit about what's going on with softball and NAU. So great. Thanks a lot again.
Hey,
absolutely,
Tommy,
absolutely.
The coach is going to do a lot of interviews, but since I've known you for so long, I also want people to understand the player that you were. I've been coaching, but I wasn't a good player. Just like you guys are coaching and you guys are good players. So tell us a little bit about what just coming up here in Flagstaff and what you did.
It all started with my dad. He was a longtime coach here in Flagstaff. Right. He coached a lot of us coming up from the South Side in Old Town with Arroyo and Coconino Little League. So he really got me going early in sports. So as growing up, baseball and wrestling, karate were my main sports. So I played baseball and wrestled through Flag Junior High back then, and then Flag High School. But deep down, karate was really our main sport. My dad was a part of Flagstaff Karate Club, which was Flagstaff's very first karate club, and a bunch of old school guys. Marvin Hatcher, my uncle Robert Hernandez. So a lot of great Flagstaff athletes were a part of. Joe Cordova, who was a wrestler at Coconino as well, were part of that Flagstaff Karate Club. So that was our deep down passion. But baseball was definitely near and dear to my heart, and that's what I stuck with. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of the injury bug my senior year. I broke my my forearm, and I had metal plates and stuff. So it kind of threw me off path there for a little bit. And then when I came back, I actually broke my leg, my tibia and fibia. So on my track back. So, talking to my dad, super disappointed about my playing career. And he said, why don't you start coaching with me? And I had a brother coming up. He was in Little League. So I got involved with my dad, and we started coaching my younger brother. And that was it. We just coached together for many years. And even I was his assistant coach, and then the times flipped, and he became my assistant coach. And the highlight of both of our coaching careers was 2015. We coached the Flagstaff Juniors All-Stars team to a Arizona State Championship, and represented Arizona at Western Regionals. So that was definitely our highlight together, and it was a huge opportunity to coach those young ladies. We had started a travel team, a couple of years prior. And like most travel teams, it was a tough start. I remember talking to the parents saying, don't get discouraged. We're gonna get beat. We're gonna get beat.
Oh, we know. We know.
Yeah. So I knew it was gonna happen. You guys know, but some of the parents, I just didn't want them to get discouraged because it took us like 7 games in, and we finally tied somebody. So we were so excited. We didn't lose. And I just told the girls, hang in there. And then 2 years later, we're winning a state championship. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. And that's some of the stuff that, we were definitely going to touch base on. I'm glad that you touched base on that. Now, before you go on, let's go back in the day and talk about the little league matchups that we used to have. You remember any of them?
Yeah. Yeah. That was man, we had a great little league, great coaches with, from Milton Fletcher to Mr. Clary and my dad. There was a lot of, our local people that we looked up to that coached us and pushed us. And we had some great matchup, great all-star teams.
Absolutely.
It was fun, man. We had a great time. I remember, we didn't all have gloves and bats. We would have one big green army bag, and we would share bats and
That's
I
how it
remember
was,
that.
though.
$300 bats in there.
That's how it was. But that was the time. Just coming up here in Flagstaff, that was, what made it so special. You came up, you competed with one another, then you hung out, and so that's what made
Right.
it special. And now that you're in the position that you're in, tell us a little bit about the club softball team. Take us through your journey from when you first got there to where you are today.
Yeah, so Miss Betty Dean, she's a big part of Flagstaff girls softball. She's the head coach at MPA. She was kind of, doing two things, trying to coach both. So she had reached out and invited me to come see if I could help out. So I went and I'd worked with them for just a couple of days. Then we went off to GCU to play, and we got absolutely demolished. We got mopped up by GCU, and that was about 4 years ago. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want a part of this. This was rough. One of the young ladies, Bree Batoni, I coached her at Flag High, was like, Coach, we need some help. Please, stay and see what we can do. And so, it was thanks to her that I really was like, all right, let me see what we can do. And we were already like 0-9 or something. So we ended up putting together some win streaks and really kind of building it from there. I think we finished with like 8 wins or something. So it was a pretty decent finish to that first season. So it's been good. I trying to get, recruit local girls that I had coached, I knew they had a lot of skill and were at NAU. And most people didn't even know NAU had this club program. So
right. And so now, fast forward and 4 years later, how was the team looking and where are you guys headed?
Oh man, we just wrapped up our regular season, 17-1. We're the Pacific South Conference champions. We're headed to the Pacific Regionals up north of Sacramento here at the end of the month. We'll play the April 30th and May 1st for an opportunity to go to nationals. So it's an amazing turnaround. As we started winning, we gained more interest. The first year I was involved, we had 18 girls for tryouts, so we just kept all 18.
Right.
The next year we had 30, and then this year we had about 60. So
wow,
that's a beautiful thing. That's a testament to what you're doing and your vision, and really just putting the program together and expending the time and energy and passion for the game. And what are you ranked nationally right now?
So we're ranked 16th nationally right now for March. There'll be a new one, a new ranking coming out here soon for April. But yeah, so we cracked the top 20. We're ranked 20th and our 16th nationally, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's been an amazing ride, and it's happened pretty quick, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's real impressive.
Right.
And go ahead, Coach.
Oh no, I just got a couple quick questions for you. First question: how do you travel? And second question: who finances this?
Okay, so we travel in the fall. We do a big tournament. We go out to Georgia. We play. It's called the Peach State Classic, where we compete against club teams. We played against Georgia, Clemson, Florida State. Play some big programs out there, and so we fly there. That's an expensive trip. And then our conference is mostly California, so it's USC, UCLA, San Diego State, Fullerton, Irvine, and Grand Canyon University. So we do 3-game series on Saturdays. So we have to travel out to California a couple times. This time we were lucky, went to Phoenix once. But we get $750 from NAU Club Sports, and then we get $2,000 from ASNAU, which is Associated Students of Northern Arizona University. So $2,000 comes from NAU, but the flights to Georgia alone's $5,000. Hotels, couple more thousand, a van. So we do a lot of fundraising We work the concessions at NAU football games. We get a percentage of that back. So the girls work hard. They don't get to enjoy the football games. So they sacrifice a lot to work concessions for every single home game. Lately this year, we've had a lot of cornhole tournaments, which is something fun. We're actually having this weekend at Grand Canyon Brewery. They've partnered up with us and let us use their parking lot and then give us a percentage of sales for the day. So that's been an amazing partnership. And then we brought back a youth skills clinic that we had last Sunday, actually. We had a youth skills clinic and we had about 80 young ladies come from all over Northern Arizona. Page, Tuba City, Solo, Winslow, Holbrook, Camp Verde. So I did a lot of marketing, reached out to all my coaching people in little leagues and surrounding area, because there's not a lot for girls sports as far as youth skills clinics in Northern Arizona. So kind of talking to the girls that we could kill two birds with one stone, right? We can give back to the young ladies of Northern Arizona that really want to develop and flourish in softball, and we could do a skills clinic. So we kind of look at strategically pricing it where nobody's left out. And we actually had a couple of community members that stepped up this year and sponsored some young ladies. So we were able to give about 8 free spots away for families that couldn't afford it and still get their daughters there to have a good time. So, you know, these girls work really hard at fundraising. So it's tough, and they're 95% of them are at NAU on academic scholarships. So, you know, we're trying to find that fine line between practicing, you know, schools first, of course, and then all the fundraising we have to do. So
where do you practice at?
So Coach Dennis over at Coconino allows us to use that field. So we work with the district and use Coconino. So we have all our home games at Coconino High School, and you know, the weather and spring sports and flag stuff. So we've actually played some games down in Sedona and Camp Verde as well. So everyone's super welcoming to this program and really excited about it. So
that's nice. And so
deservedly so.
How many local kids do you have playing for you right now?
So we currently have 5. We have from Coconino, we have Taylor Brown, who after high school went and played at Mesa Community College. So she's one of our first junior college transfers. So they will come back to NAU, and this program gave her, you know, an opportunity to continue playing at a competitive level while finishing up her degree. And then we have Caitlin Snowpeck, who was a 2-time region player of the year. Very fortunate to have her, amazing pitcher. Then we have a couple of young ladies you guys know, Monica and Cenas. Was amazing. Yeah, Crazy Mo was an amazing softball player at Flag High, and I think she dabbled in basketball a little bit. And Aaron Dry as well. So he was, you know, again, someone I coached to travel and Flag High. And we have one young lady from NPA, Natalie Hansen. So we have some NPA action in there, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, five local ladies that are all great, tremendous ball players.
That's pretty awesome for them to, like I say, get a chance to continue to compete at the collegiate level while getting their academia. I mean, I think that's awesome. I think the job that you've done with the program speaks for itself. And as we're getting ready to wrap up, can you give us any nuggets on, you know, what you look for in athletes, or, you know, any motivational tips for athletes that's looking to really excel in their respective sport and make it to the next level?
Absolutely. When we have tryouts, one of the first things I talk about is attitude and effort. You guys, we look at that just as much as we do as skill. Anyone that's going to, give that effort and have a good positive attitude and rise up their teammates is something we definitely look forward to. Someone that's willing to, change positions and, it's not stuck in your mind like I'm a shortstop and that's all I play. I could tell Mo, go play any position and she'll go do it with a big smile. So that's something we look for as well as, the skill level. But, just continue to always have that willingness to learn and be a good teammate, cheering just as hard on the bench as you are on the field. So you're always involved in the game. But I think if anyone wants to play, there's a college for you out there. Just
Right.
keep that willingness to change positions and go wherever coach asks you to go and do whatever you're asked to do it. And it goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Keep your grades up.
You got that right.
You got that right for sure.
Hey, you're a student athlete, not an athlete student.
Right.
Right. Well, hey, Tommy, man, I mean, once again, this is just amazing. 3 cats from the South Side sitting here chopping it up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Who would have thought?
Right?
Who would have thought? Man, I personally want you to know how proud I am of you. And I just watched you, I know your family, your aunties, I know all of y'all. And I just know what a good dude you really, truly are. And your heart is there, man. And so I'm just sending you much love. And if I could ever do anything to help you, if there's anything you want to bring to the show, hey, I need to get this out there, let us know, man.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. And I love you guys. You guys are definitely, Southside coaching mentors to me, all the success and everything you've done from Cogdale to the rec center to high school sports. So I definitely look up to you guys and appreciate you, your friendship and support. And much love to you guys as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Much love, Tommy. Thanks again for coming out and joining us. And hey, best of luck moving forward. Let's get to nationals and go make some noise.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Come back and tell us how it went.
Absolutely. Anytime.
All right, Tommy. Much love, brother.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, Coach, I think that does it for us for the show today, man. This was a great show. If this is the way things are going to be going, I'm really excited.
Coach, I'm excited too, but tell me this. How much do you really know about softball?
Wait a minute, man. I was a baseball player, as you know, and even though you say I messed up your no-hitter and dropped the ball out in the outfield. But,
tell on yourself. I wasn't even going to bring that story up. You tell on yourself.
Hey, man, everybody have a mistake every now and then, and if you hadn't thrown that ball that the man hit out the park before that.
I didn't throw it before that. That was because you sitting up there, I got that no-hitter going, and you going to do the coolness, trying to pat and catch like that and going to drop that. Don't drop the ball, man. And so I said, okay.
I lost my earphone messing with you, man.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But I told you, man, you want to give up my perfect game, I give up a home run, not through that curveball and let that man hit across the street.
He did do that. He did do that. So
but I'm with you, Coach. It was great. It was awesome having Tommy up and just really seeing the success of the NAU women's softball program, and to know that there's former athletes from right here in Flagstaff that's contributing to that success. I think it's huge, and we just want to wish them well.
Right, man. And so and we just want to put it out there that as we move forward in this, if there's any good special interest stories that people out here know of, or somebody that we should contact, it's a good human interest story, good sports story, let us know. We'll just keep moving along, as I stated before, and I'm gonna get this right. Next week, we'll have a young lady, Crystal Warden-Gant, who will be doing, coming in once a month and offering some self-love and mental health tips. So we're excited about that next week with Crystal. And
Coach, before we sign off, I just got to give a shout out real quick to my aunt, my mom, and my cousin. They all had birthdays this week. So one was on the 8th, the 13th, and the 14th. So I just want to say happy birthday, much love.
You ain't singing to them today, man?
I ain't gonna sing today. I just say that's a personal touch. You know what I mean?
That's personal. I got you.
Yeah, that's a personal touch. But hey, man, you know what time it is. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to leave here. See you next week. Peace.